Hey guys, it's Zach from the Concon channel, and in this video I'm going to show you how to complete the Infiltration encounter in the new Vesper Host Dungeon as a solo in Destiny 2. Now after finishing the encounter called Activation, you're going to open up this area right here, so you can just follow along through. And you're going to come into this room where there'll be some dreg that you'll need to kill. Now once you reach this passage, this is when you are going to start the next encounter called Infiltration. Now at the start there's going to be a whole bunch of Vandal blocking your way, so you just want to take them out, as there's going to be a machine that you need to turn off in order to progress through. Once you get through the door, you're then going to follow along through the passage, and you're going to take the first left that you see right over here. Now at the end of the passage, a captain should spawn. It can be a little bit buggy, but once he spawns in, you gotta kill him, as he'll drop a nuclear core. When you pick up that nuclear core, you just want to run straight back in the direction you came, but instead of taking a right, you're just going to go straight to this door and power it on to open the door. Now remember to close the door, as this is very important for opening and closing the doors going further ahead, as you'll need more power in order to actually open the doors going forward. Now once you place the nuclear core into the deposit, another captain will spawn, and you'll need to kill him to get another nuclear core. And as you can see, we open the door and we close it once again. Once we get through, there's going to be this door that we need to open, and then we can then close it down again. And then you'll see this power station that you need to turn off once again. Once that's turned off, you're going to take a left to this door, and you're going to open the door and close the door again. Now it's very important you remember to open and close the doors, as like I said, the power is actually needed, because at first I tried it without opening and closing the door, but then you get this message saying that you need more power reserve. So once you make it into that room, you can then deposit the next nuclear core, which is going to be the second one, and then you'll need to power on this machine and kill the next captain, and then again pick up the nuclear core. Once you have the core, you can then open the door going forward, and then don't forget to close it. And now we're going to take a right, and to the left should be the third deposit for the nuclear core. Once that's deposited, a new area will open up, and a captain with a whole bunch of dreg will spawn. So now you want to kill the captain and make sure that there's actually going to be a few enemies here, so maybe take out the enemies first. But you'll see we need to then power on that barrier, and now we'll need to kill the enemies and then turn off this barrier. So it can get a little bit confusing, but just slow the video down if you do get lost. So once we go through the barrier, we're just going to run straight across and open up and close this door. And once we're through, we're going to get to the fourth deposit for the nuclear core. Once we deposit that, a new captain will spawn in, and pretty much doing the exact same thing, we're going to pick up the nuclear core and progress through the door. Once we get through the door, we're going to take a left, and then just behind this box is the next door we need to go through. And then obviously not forgetting to close the door. Once we're in this room, there's going to be dreg that we need to kill. After that, you then want to go through this door that's in the same room, and you're going to power it on and then turn off, and then you're going to do the same for the door right ahead. Now just to show you what happens when you do not close the door, as for this section I actually forgot to close the door, and you'll see as soon as we get to the door it says power reserve is empty. And the reason that's popped up now is because we actually didn't close the door. You'll see now that as soon as I close the door and we head back to that same door, it is now going to open up for us, because now it is conserving the power. So once you get into this following room, this is going to be the final room where you need to place your nuclear core, as there is only 5 deposits. So we can just go ahead, go up to the box and deposit the nuclear core. Now after this, there's going to be a servitor in this room. Now the servitor, when you try and shoot at it, it's just going to say that it's immune. So I recommend using something, or like a sword maybe, or your super, just to get ahead of the boss. Because behind the boss will actually be this little hole that you need to go through in order to get to the next area. So once you jump through the hole, you'll then just be going through almost, or pretty much a straight path. And you'll see where I end up being, which will lead to the next encounter or boss fight. Now, once you get here to the plates that have the numbers on them, you would have completed the encounter and will now be on your next encounter. Now, for the Titan build that I used in this encounter, it's going to be the Prismatic Titan. Now, for my prismatic effects, I used the Facet of Dawn, the Facet of Purpose, the Facet of Courage, Facet of Balance, and the Facet of Protection. As this is a consecration build, everything is catered towards, obviously, the slamming down, and it's pretty much a melee build. So you'll see that with my armor, all of it is focused on melee. So when I melee, I drop orbs. That helps me with my ult. When I melee, I heal from picking up the orbs. It's been Zach from the Concon channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.